everybody, welcome back. It is already the 15th of June. Oh my goodness, where has this time gone? Half of our year is over. So I bet a lot of you are enjoying your summer break. I hope you are. And for us, it kind of means that we have a little bit of a lighter school year. And this video is just going to kind of be showing some of the things that I find essential to our homeschool life. She's just going to be doing some work in her own book, and I just have a few clips of that. I also have a giveaway going on with that, and you can click the iCard that swings out. If you click that, it brings you to a video that you can click and go see that, or you can click the link that will be down below. So we've got some that is definitely a favorite this month. The kids are asking me daily if they can do that. And I've been kind of giving it a free range, like, yes, go for it, not a more structured kind of routine. And we're just enjoying it. I really need to let go of my rigidness here. And then I have a carrier that, you know, is just, it's a mom essential thing, especially with a toddler, and they're everywhere. And I'm learning to love that thing more and more every day, every week, every month. Definitely something that's vital. And I'm going to be sharing with you how we love our library, and I have a clip of our read aloud, our favorite read aloud that we've been doing this month. So stay tuned, and here we go. This is a collaboration with Abby from FullTimeWifeLife. So let's get started here.
But I'm not working hogs alone, Mama, I pointed out. I got Old Yeller, and Bern Sanderson said he's a real good hog dog. Well, that doesn't mean a thing, Mama said. All hog dogs are good ones. A good one is only as kind that the warthogs can live. But the best dog in the world won't keep you from getting cut all to pieces if you ever make a slip. Well, Mama was right. I'd worked with Papa enough to know that any time you messed with a wild hog, you were in trouble.
So I'm just going to kind of share with you some of the things that I look for at the library. Library is free range for the children. The older ones that do the reading, they know what is allowed, and so they pick out things like that. And sometimes one or two slip, you know, Mommy's eyes that I should have been a little bit more careful with. Ivy and Bean was one I was wishing I was a little more careful with. And then the younger ones, like my one son, he likes to try to get big boy books, and this one is The Misadventures of Benjamin Bartholomew Piff. I don't know anything about this. I would want to kind of read a little bit before I let him read it, but since he is reading it, I'm not too worried about it. He picked it up because of the title. His name is Benjamin. So is this kid. It was a connection made in heaven. But when I'm there, I'm looking for books that will, I literally just sit on the couch and I'll read a few pages, and by that time, I'm called away, and so I leave it on the couch, and the kids will just pick it up because they saw Mommy reading it, and they will read a little bit more. And it's one way that I get a little bit of information into the children. Also, when I'm at the library, I'm looking for things that may be coming up in our school year. So we're going to be doing American history. And so I'm just kind of looking for things that maybe we could be reading and just day to day as we pull out. I'm constantly saying, hey, what do you want me to read to you? And so I look for things like this just to kind of know, hey, this is one that I should write down and pick up at a later date, maybe as we come to that point in our history. One of the things that I'm also looking for is maybe something that isn't covered real well in some of the books I have. This one is Coming to America, so this is Jewish Americans, Irish Americans, African Americans, and I was really looking for China, the Chinese Americans, but I didn't see any. But these are definitely, they have some beautiful pictures. That is just really neat. Okay, reading it and then telling to the child what it's all about, but also just I just kind of look for things like this. Oh, look, you might want to be aware of things like that, you know, if the nursing in public bothers you. I don't have to flash everything, but good grief, I'm feeding the baby. That's important. And then, I mean, you've got pictures and paintings, drawings. So anyway, I'm really interested in these. So anyway, I'm looking for things like that. I'm also looking for things that will engage my children. So right now, the two older ones are into spies. And of course, they always love a little bit of history. They were doing Civil War spies the other day. And I saw this one. So I picked that one up. So, and then things that are, of course, engaging. I couldn't afford to buy all these. So things, when the library has stuff like this, I have to go get them. And some of this we just covered in our medieval history. And then some of them, you know, it was a great time to kind of refresh ourselves with what we learned. And then kind of get ready for another school year with them. So I look for things like that. This is going to end up being a library haul, right? I've seen this all the time, and another resource that why I like to use a library is if I got all the books that I saw and really wanted to read, then I would be broke really fast. Even the late fees that I've had to pay, which you're just like, oh my goodness, that was half our grocery budget. It's still fraction of what it would be if I had to buy all these, and then some of them we ended up, you know, thinking, oh, we could have done without that, which I have done before. And so this one is one that I've definitely been wanting to read. This is another one that I've been wanting to read. And the library has it. And we don't need this every single day, and we can use it, and we can return it, and we can do something with it that's really fun. And this is why I really, really like utilizing the library. See, and then I pick things up for me all the time. That's just cool. This is so funny, because I saw somebody have a haul on this, and I was like, oh, I just picked that one up off the library. And so I sat down and read it, and I was like, I'm really glad I got this one from the library, because it's not one that I would have wanted to own. And then the library, this is, you know, there's so many things that your library offers. They offer craft time. Literally, we have a little sheet that's so big. It's not this one. This is a pattern I was doing. It's so big, and it's so many things going on at different times and different dates, and you can just be a part of that. But they also have book recommendations and book lists and best reading or bestsellers or something. And so this was one that they had. They actually had several, and I couldn't get all of them, but I got a few of the ones that they did. And I will be a part of this. I mean, I got a lot of books, and some of them you think, oh, you're never going to read them in time. But actually, that is something. When I was at the library yesterday, this kid, he was probably 8 or 9 years old. He was a boy, and he had a stack of books that he wanted. He wanted to take these home. He wanted to read, and his mom was like, oh no, you need to put, you know, most of that back. He maybe could read one or two before we have to return them. And I was thinking, I understand where she's coming from, but I was thinking, don't. Let him take those books, because what if he gets started in a book and it's not as interesting to him as he thought it was going to be? And so he picks up another book and he starts reading it and he finishes it. And parents, we're always like, okay, we're going to come back at this time, and do we often do that? Not always. And so then he could have had more books that he could have read, but it was almost stopped because he could only have what he could handle. Books aren't necessarily the kind of thing like a dinner plate. You know, you can always go back for seconds. Well, the back for seconds, it's right there. It's within 10 steps. A library and the library resources means that you are also going to have to put that work out there to get them there. Okay, and it's not always easy. So let the kids get books that they couldn't necessarily read. That's actually a good thing. It means that they're always wanting more books. They're always wanting that knowledge. It's not going to be a giving up because they can't, or they've been told they can't. Okay? Oh, I forgot about this. These were other ones that I picked up and I thought would be really cool. Alright, it's probably going to be a long video, but let me show those clips to you. Everything's going to be linked down below because I just want to share these things, but they are affiliate links, which means no extra cost to you, but I will get a